Any doubt from last class? So far we have learned that the overall behavior of any object or any wave is combined. It's object plus wave thing. And the connection between these two, like object means it has position, it has momentum, it has energy and all the things. Wave means it has wavelength, it has frequency, and the connection between these two is given by the de Broglie relations. The lambda is connected to moment h upon mb, and this frequency is connected to energy by E by h, or E is equal to h nu. Okay. Regarding this wave, it has all the information. I mean, whatever you want to know about the particle, about approximate location. Obviously, now there is no precise location of particle. Approximate momentum, etc. Right? So this wave has all the information. Whatever you want to retrieve, this wave will give us. Whatever is the position momentum, जो भी कुछ आएगा इस वेव से, those position momentum will always respect Heisenberg uncertainty principle. The uncertainty or the error follow Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Means whatever is delta x, kitna hai we do not know. This wave will tell us. But whatever it is, whatever is the uncertainty in the momentum, that will always be equal to or greater than this number. What is delta x? What is delta p? Either this wave will give us or we will have to conduct some experiment. Theory भी दे सकते हो, experiment से भी मिल सकता है. But whatever is the technique, it must satisfy this answer. So everything depends on this wave. And how do we get this wave? So some features of this wave are it is a complex wave, or it's a wave consists of complex variable. Means until now we have heard wave like this. Y is equal to a sine omega t or omega x or kx or kx minus omega t. So it's like a real thing. Now we will deal with complex numbers. It is not a physical wave. I'm already told you. Okay. Or what kind of wave? You may call it probability wave.
Sir, which type of wave are we talking here?
Okay. So I'm saying that there is always a wave associated to a object, right? I mean, sometimes when you see wave-like behavior of object, for instance, this electron is moving around nucleus, we realize that it is the wave nature that explain the behavior of electron. Particle nature से explain नहीं हो रहा है. Particle move कर रहा है, then it is not easy to explain the concept of discrete orbit. उससे discrete orbit का concept नहीं आ रहा है. I mean, do you have discrete orbit of Earth? क्या जरूरी है कि अर्थ की ऑर्बिट डिस्क्रीट ही होगी अराउंड सन? If you increase its energy by a little amount, the orbit will get modified by a very small amount. Same case is here. सन को आप न्यूक्लियस से रिप्लेस कीजिए, अर्थ को इलेक्ट्रॉन से रिप्लेस कीजिए, बट नाउ इट हैज a different behavior. It can go only in some particular orbits. A particular क्यों हो गया? So the particle nature does not answer this problem, but wave nature answer this. If you assume there is a wave in this orbit, then this nature can answer this. This wave has to be continuous, and for a continuous wave, there are some discrete answers only. कौन से आंसर एक्सेप्टेबल होंगे? That the size of orbit must be equal to n lambda. n lambda नहीं होगा तो wave discontinuous नहीं रहेगा. So what kind of wave it is? ये जो wave आपने बना दिया, क्या था ये? Is it electric field of electron? Is it magnetic field of electron? Is it something else?
A hypothetical wave.
Yes, it's a hypothetical wave, right? So that's what I'm saying. If I want to write that wave, यदि इसको लिखना हो उस wave को, so these are the possible features of this wave. The wave may consist of complex numbers. It means this wave is a complex wave, something like this. So we usually represent wave by psi. It's a very standard symbol. So psi is called wave function. Then it means psi is a complex variable. Or this psi will be a complex number. Let us say you want to calculate psi at some point x and t. आप psi को किसी point x पर या किसी time t पे calculate करेंगे. This will be a complex number. कुछ केस में real हो सकता है, but in general it's a complex number. Okay, that's what I'm saying here. It is not a physical wave, it's a hypothetical wave, but it give you all the idea. So you may give it a name. It's like a probability wave, or we usually call it wave function. That's it. So wave function is the globally accepted name. Okay. Sorry. What else do we need to know about this wave? It is continuous. I mean, it's not a wave like this that you have some numbers here, then no number in between, and then again you get this wave. What is the value of psi here? This or this? So these kind of behaviors are not there in wave function. Wave function is always a continuous number. किसी भी पॉइंट पे कुछ ना कुछ वैल्यू जरूर होगी. It may be zero, it may be non-zero, but it will have some value somewhere at all the points. And there are more terms we will discuss later, like it is square integrable. I will discuss other point also when we will reach there. So these are some very generic properties of this wave function. Now let us discuss this wave in a quantitative manner. ये तो qualities हो गई in just words. How do we find this psi? Wave function आपको मिलेगा कैसे? So let us go back to classical mechanics again one more time. What is classical mechanics? So when we say classical mechanics, everything starts from this equation. Right? Let us be in only one dimension, एक dimension में रहते हैं. You can easily generalize it to 3 dimension also. So whatever is the problem, you will start with this. And if we are having conservative systems, conservative means, जानते हैं conservative systems क्या होता है? Conservative systems कौन से हैं? Like this ball is going up and down. What is the energy here? Only kinetic energy. What is the energy here? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. What is the energy here? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. What is the energy here? Only kinetic energy. But total energy at every point is, चाहे आप यहाँ पर हो, यहाँ पर हो, यहाँ पर हो या यहाँ पर हो, it is always same. So this is a conservative system or conservative dynamics. Total energy is not going to change. Any other conservative system? Yes. This is sun, this is earth. It is moving in a nearly, let us say the exact shape is elliptical. It is very close to circle. What is the potential energy here? यहाँ potential energy कितना है? Let us say it is B R1. R1 is the distance. What is the kinetic energy? कुछ kinetic energy भी होगा, half mb square, B1 square. What about here? Potential energy has now changed because distance has changed. Kinetic energy will also change, and so on. But for all the points on the orbit, आप किसी भी point पे चले जाइए, potential energy और Br is this. Br actually minus K by R. K is Gm upon Gm Sm. Gravitation constant, mass of sun, mass of earth. This is K. But for all the point, this is true. It is some number and this number does not change. ये number हमेशा से fix है from millions of years. ना ये कम हो सकता है, ना ये ज़्यादा हो सकता है. It remains same all the time. So if potential energy increase, kinetic energy decrease, कम होगा तो ये बढ़ जाएगा. So all these systems are conservative systems. Non-conservative system जानते हैं कोई? Any non-conservative system? So you can see this life or this nature is full of conservative systems. Non-conservative means frictional forces. Air drag is a frictional force. So if you have a rough surface, there is a box here. If you apply some force to it, means you are giving it some energy. Initially the energy is half mv square. After some time, what is the energy? 0, right? So energy is changing with time. This is a non-conservative system. So let us focus on major part, conservative system. I can rewrite this equation is true for all cases. ये तो हमेशा हर किसी के लिए true है. For conservative system, we can get another form of the same equation. किस तरह का form होगा? So let us try to write it. M dv over dt, right? Let me write it like this. Okay, it is still the same thing. What is dx over dt? Dx over dt is again v, right? So these two equations have same meaning. कुछ नया नहीं है अभी भी. और f dx is equal to mb dv. If I integrate, let us say initially the velocity was 0 and then it becomes v, or I'm just doing this. What is integral of force? Any idea? Force is equal to rate of change of potential, right? This is just integral. इसमें कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप. What we have on left hand side? This is minus dv is equal to mb dv. This is potential, capital B.
Sir, you said rate of change of potential. But you have written
Rate of change of potential with respect to distance. I mean, let us say this is Earth. What is potential here? Gm upon r is gm upon r. R is this distance. Potential at a little more distance here. Gm upon r plus delta r, right? What is the force? Let us say on this point, इस point of force Earth की वजह से कितना होगा? Just take a derivative of this quantity and you will get the force, right? So you can always calculate force from the potential by just taking derivative of it. Same thing is here. And I'm not doing any new calculation. You will know the result. The result आप देख चुके हैं पहले भी. Just integrate it blindly. So we get minus b. What we get from here? Half mb square plus some constant. Let me put constant on this side. C. क्या है ये इक्वेशन जानते हैं आप? Let me use E here.
energy conservation equation.
Right? This is kinetic energy. This is potential energy. So even Newton's law also tells you the same thing. For conservative systems, whenever conservative systems also means that we can define potentials. Okay. Newton's equation also tells you the same thing, that energy is always conserved, which is this. For conservative system, now this is defines. So either you solve this equation, या तो आप Newton's law solve कीजिए trajectory पता करने के लिए, or you can also solve energy conservation to find the trajectory. ये भी आपको trajectory दे सकता है. We drive it from the Newton's law. Newton's law से इसको drive किया. Now similar approach we are going to apply in quantum mechanics. Now in quantum mechanics, obviously there is no proper concept of velocity. There is no proper concept of this position. So obviously we cannot apply this. I mean, there is no equivalent of this equation. इसका कोई equivalent आपको नहीं मिलेगा. So how do we find the nature of wave function? The exact equation is this, and I'll make it clear what is this. And this is called Schrodinger equation, and this O is not English O. So if psi is the wave function, if psi is that wave, then this psi follow this equation. And as I already told you, psi may be a complex number. So this I is the imaginary number. I am going to write in one dimension only. What is this? Potential. This is time derivative of that wave function. This is double derivative with respect to position. Obviously, psi is some function of position and time. So that wave function satisfies this equation. And let me tell you, this is equivalent to this. ये दोनों इक्वेशन एक ही हैं. It means this complicated term will give us energy. ये बहुत obvious नहीं है अभी आपको, but this is true. This very strange looking term can give us kinetic energy and potential term as it is. Okay. So how come time derivative gives us energy? How come double derivative gives us kinetic energy? This is beyond your syllabus. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है ये भी आपके सिलेबस का पार्ट नहीं है. It's highly technical, but this is true. So you can think of that this is equivalent to energy conservation. ये energy conservation के जैसा है. So if someone asks you what is the scenario for dissipative systems, obviously we cannot apply this thing, or we need to define this potential again. इस potential को फिर से define करना पड़ेगा. Then we can use it for non-conservative system. Non-conservative system से potential define नहीं कर सकते हैं आप. There are many restrictions on it, so it is not easy to deal with wave function for dissipative things. Anyway, this is the equation, and we have to solve this equation according to problem, and we will find the nature of wave function. So let us solve this problem for some easy cases. One of the easy cases is just free particle. Free particle means no force. It is just going random along x-axis. It's moving freely in vacuum. So whatever is its initial momentum, it just keep going in same direction. What is the wave function of it? इसका wave function कैसा लगेगा देखने में? Let us see. क्या करना है? इस इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करना है. माइनस नेक्स्ट पीस पर यस. पोटेंशियल टर्म कितना रखना होगा? What is the possible answer for V for a free particle? So free particle means no force on particle. So can you please tell me what is the possible shape of V in this case? फोर्स नहीं है तो पोटेंशियल क्या है? टेक डेरिवेटिव. दिस इज फोर्स. कितना आया? राइट. और B is equal to constant is equivalent to V is equal to 0 because you can always add or subtract a constant from potential. So free particle means no potential at all. You can ignore this term. This is the equation for free particle. Is this point clear? क्या ये point clear है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Right? What is the answer for this? इसका आंसर क्या होगा?
So it is similar to that dE over dt is equal to dE square dx square, the wave equation.
dE, what is this? dV over dt, huh?
Yes.
Is equal to what? No, this is not equal. I mean, sorry, I didn't get your point. क्या proof करना चाह रहे हैं आप?
Sir, I was saying that this above equation is similar to wave equation.
So this is the wave equation for free particle. Let me explain it this way. मान लीजिए पार्टिकल फ्री नहीं है तब क्या होगा? So let us say this is the nucleus and this is the movement of electron. Okay. Now it's a two-dimensional problem. Electron can go along radial direction, electron can go along theta direction also. But obviously it is not going to go along radial because एक force है जो इसको इधर को हमेशा drive करता रहता है. Now you know that this electron has a wave nature. वो wave nature कैसा है? Something like this. But we want to know its mathematical form. हमें इसकी mathematical form पता करनी है. Then Schrodinger say solve this equation. IH cross del psi by del t is equal to प्लस बी साई. यहाँ पे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. एच बार इज कांस्टेंट, साई हमको पता करना है. विद टाइम इज पैरामीटर, एवरीथिंग इज कांस्टेंट, एक्स के रिस्पेक्ट में पता करना है. श्रोडिंगर कहता है गिव मी द पोटेंशियल, बिकॉज यही तो डिफाइन कर रहा है ना कि इलेक्ट्रॉन कैसे चलेगा. व्हाट इज द पोटेंशियल हियर? इन दिस केस पोटेंशियल, ऑल्दो साई इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ r, theta and time, potential is a function of r only. Br theta is actually Br only, there is no theta, and this is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Let us say q charge is here, q, and let us say only minus e charge here divided by r. So if you put this value here and solve this equation, it will tell you the mathematical form of this wave. So v की ये फॉर्म को आप यहाँ पे रखिए, इसको सॉल्व कीजिए. You will get some psi which is a function of r theta and t. वो r theta and t को भी फंक्शन आएगा, and that function will tell you what sort of wave it is. ये वेव वास्तव में है कैसी, and this wave will give you all the answers. ये आपको हर वो आंसर देगी जो इलेक्ट्रॉन न्यूक्लियस के अंदर शो करता है. Similarly here, now it is just moving freely. यहाँ पे कुछ है ही नहीं, it's just a particle moving in free space. So there is no force on it. यहाँ पे तो फोर्स लग रहा है इलेक्ट्रॉन पर. There is a force. कितना फोर्स है ये? आप डायरेक्टली भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. It is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Q is the charge in the core, E is the charge on the electron, minus E divided by R square. यहाँ से ही वही आंसर मिलेगा आपको. इसका डेरिवेटिव लीजिए with respect to R. Minus del v by del r is equal to same thing with minus sign. So this is force, right? So just put this potential here and you will get the answer. So this is a complicated case. ये तो काफी complicated case है. We are going to start with a very simple case. Force ही नहीं है, one particle है, move कर रहा है freely in space. That's it. It's like some electron or some neutron is moving freely in this universe. There is no one to stop him. There is no force on it. Its energy is not going to change. क्या energy इसके पास? Only kinetic energy. कुछ है, some constant value, and this kinetic energy remain constant all the time. इसी एनर्जी से मूव करता रहता है. That's it. Simplest possible case. So what is the possible wave function for such a simple case? So this is, let me come back to free particle. Okay. क्या सॉल्यूशन है इस इक्वेशन का? Let me write the solution directly. You can verify. यही सॉल्यूशन भी आएगा. What is k? What is omega? ऊपर तो कोई k omega नहीं था. So this k omega a are constant. But do we have three constant? क्या तीन constant आएंगे इस इक्वेशन के? सेकेंड ऑर्डर है, मैक्सिमम 2. पुट इट बैक. हो सकता है कुछ एक्स्ट्रा लिखा हो हमने. So I h bar del psi over del t means if I take time derivative with respect to, if I take derivative with respect to t, so I will get minus I omega out, right? I mean del psi over del t is a minus I omega, and same thing again, I kx minus omega t, or I can say it is minus I omega psi. Minus h bar square upon 2m. This is solution. कहाँ से आया? Do not think much about it. Double time derivative. If you take first time derivative, I will get I into k out, and remaining thing is again psi. Means del psi over del x is I k psi. If I take one more time derivative, sorry, one more derivative with respect to position, one more I k again. So let me write it here, minus k square psi. Right? So what can be cancelled? Psi cancels. I square is minus 1. One more sign here, plus. So left hand side is positive. Right hand side is also positive. So what we get on left hand side? H bar omega. On right hand side क्या मिल रहा है आपको? H bar square k square by 2m, or omega is equal to h bar k square upon 2m. So out of these three, only we have only two constant, because one is connected by k. Let us say one free constant is k. जैसे आपने k डिसाइड किया, ओमेगा फिक्स हो गया. ओमेगा आप अब नहीं चेंज कर सकते. You can still decide k. So we have only two free constant, right? So that is acceptable. It's a second order differential equation. You need two constant. So one is a and one is either k or omega. आप omega ले लीजिए या k ले लीजिए. So we have this solution. Let me write here again. Psi is equal to some constant a, I kx minus omega t with omega is equal to h bar k square upon 2m. कैन यू आइडेंटिफाई दिस? क्या आइडेंटिफाई कर पा रहे हैं क्या लिखा है? लेट मी शो यू. Okay, what is omega? So k is actually, you know, this is a wave equation. आपको पता है ये, this is the equation of a wave.
Yes.
Right? What is k? K is 2 pi upon lambda, right? What is omega? 2 pi nu. और यूजुअली आप 2 pi f शायद लिखते होंगे और 2 pi n लिखते हैं, राइट? बट n इज द फ्रीक्वेंसी, ओमेगा इज द एंगुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी. लेट अस अप्लाई ऑल दिस थिंग्स. देखते हैं क्या मिलता है आपको. सो h nu इज द एनर्जी, राइट? इसको 2 pi से डिवाइड कीजिए, इसमें 2 pi मल्टीप्लाई कर दीजिए. h upon 2 pi becomes h cut. 2 pi nu becomes omega, right? When I write a wave in this form, k is 2 pi by lambda, lambda is the wavelength, omega is 2 pi times the frequency, right? And the frequency is nu, you know that this is the connection. What about lambda? So from de Broglie relation, lambda is equal to h upon mb, right? इसको भी थोड़ा सही करते हैं. 2 pi by lambda. So first of all, invert this, mb upon h. Now multiply with 2 pi. So instead of writing 2 pi here, 2 pi यहाँ लिखना चाहिए, but I'm not going to write it here. यहाँ पे नहीं लिख रहा हूँ मैं. I am going to write it like this. Okay. Right. What is 2 pi by lambda? 2 pi by lambda is k, right? So nothing, I'm just rewriting all the things in a different manner. K or into h bar is mb. So इसको भी यहाँ पे लिखते हैं. mb is equal to momentum, right? So p is equal to h bar k. This is de Broglie relation. यही रिलेशन है, बस थोड़ा डिफरेंट स्टाइल में लिख दिया है. Instead of lambda we are using k, lambda की जगह k यूज कर लिया. Instead of mb we are using p. That's it. What is this now? ये तो wave feature था. What is the corresponding particle feature? Corresponding particle feature जानना है, de Broglie relation लगाइए. h bar omega is e is equal to h bar k is momentum, so it is p square upon 2a. What is p square upon 2a?
Kinetic energy.
Right. So since it is a free particle, ये free particle है, total energy is kinetic energy, right? Total energy kinetic energy होगा. So this equation tells you the same thing. ये equation कुछ नहीं है. This equation is equivalent to E is equal to half mv square. ये वही equation है, right? So you can see classical mechanics is somewhere hidden in quantum mechanics. 1-to-1 आपको नहीं दिखाई देगा, बट एवरीथिंग इज हिडन. जो भी आप क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स में देखते हैं वो सब यहाँ पे भी है, बट बहुत ऑब्वियस मैनर में आपके सामने नहीं आता है, राइट? सो द वेव फीचर, जो भी वेव इक्वेशन है, इट हैज ऑल द फीचर्स ऑफ क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स. क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स वाले फीचर्स इसमें है, बट द मेथड्स टू फाइंड दोज फीचर्स इज बिट नॉन ट्रिवियल. जो मेथड्स है उनको फिगर आउट करने के, वो बहुत ऑब्वियस नहीं है. सो वी गॉट सम फीचर, कुछ तो पता चला क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स का इसमें. If you want to know more about the behavior of particle from the wave nature, we need to understand this equation. इस equation को समझना है, that's it. So let us focus more on this equation. And good thing is that this is the equation of wave. It's a simple harmonic motion type wave, right? What was the condition? Omega is h bar k square by 2m. Let us not see this part. अभी इसको इग्नोर कर दीजिए. Then what is this? आप इसको लिख सकते हैं. I mean, just break it in real and imaginary part. What is this? ये क्या है? Simple harmonic wave, right? I mean, at a particular time, किसी एक time t पे, this is the behavior of this wave. It's increase and decrease with respect to position. This is psi, right? यदि किसी पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे टाइम के साथ बिहेवियर देखेंगे, that also looks same at some time t. किसी एक टाइम t पे आप देख रहे हैं इसको, और किसी एक पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे कोई एक पॉइंट फ्रीज कर दीजिए, उस पे साई टाइम के साथ कैसे चेंज हो रहा है? इन द सेम मैनर. कॉस है, कॉस है तो थोड़ा सा चेंज हो जाएगा, समथिंग लाइक दिस, राइट? सेम बिहेवियर विद टाइम. सेम बिहेवियर इज ऑन द इमेजिनरी साइड. आई को इग्नोर कीजिए, ओनली दिस मच बिहेवियर. दिस इज आल्सो a simple harmonic wave. Means this is x or psi, t is some fixed value. t को कहीं हमने फ्रीज कर दिया किसी एक मोमेंट पर, और यू फ्रीज x को फ्रीज कर दीजिए किसी एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट पे, साई का टाइम के साथ बिहेवियर देख सकते हैं. दैट आल्सो लुक्स सेम. x is equal to fix. Okay, it is this. So does it mean that if a particle is moving completely freely, the corresponding wave is simple harmonic? जो वेव इसके साथ एसोसिएटेड है, which is a hypothetical wave, that wave is a simple harmonic wave? Yes or no? क्या फ्री पार्टिकल के साथ जो वेव एसोसिएटेड है वो सिर्फ सिंपल हार्मोनिक ही होगी? It look like so.
Yes.
But see, we ignored this. इसको इग्नोर करने का कोई रीजन नहीं है. This is the condition with it. And if we do not ignore this, then अब क्या होगा? So first of all, omega and k means frequency and wavelength are connected to each other. Not only this, what is the complete solution of this equation? इस इक्वेशन का कंप्लीट सॉल्यूशन कैसे लिखेंगे फिर आप? So the complete solution of this equation is something like this. A I ओमेगा का k का कोई वैल्यू अपने से रख लीजिए, corresponding omega 1 is k1x. What is omega 1? Omega 1 is h bar k1 square by 2m. I k2 कुछ और वैल्यू कुछ भी रख सकते हैं आप. Correspondingly calculate omega 2 from here, k2x minus omega 2t plus I k3x minus omega 3t and so on. There are infinite terms like this. k का जो मन में आया वैल्यू रखिए, calculate omega accordingly, put that here, and summation of all these infinite terms. This is the general solution. Or in other words, graphically समझना है अब. This is wavelength, right? But ये तो कोई एक particular wavelength है. Let us say lambda 1. The general solution is the overlap of infinite such wave with different wavelength. So एक wave ही नहीं है ऐसी. There are infinite and they have different wavelength. So take summation of this wave, then second wave is like this, जिसका wavelength थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा हो सकता है. Third wave is like this, उसका wavelength थोड़ा सा और ज़्यादा हो सकता है, and so on. Okay, correspondingly frequency भी change हो रहा है according to this formula. So it is not a simple harmonic. It is a collection of simple harmonic wave. So what is the summation of all these waves? इनको sum करते जाएंगे तो क्या बनेगा? That's a very complicated thing, right? So even for a simplest case, this wave is not simple harmonic. It has a different nature. वो nature कैसा होगा? कैसे समझेंगे आप? So we are going to solve it not for infinite term. Infinite term हम नहीं solve करेंगे. Let us take only two. दो को ही लेते हैं and let us see what kind of nature are we going to get. देखते हैं किस तरह का behavior हमको देखने को मिलता है. So if we take two terms only, this is the kind of solution we have. A cos k1x minus omega 1t plus I sin A also again k1x minus omega 1t plus A cos, let us say k2. And what is k2? k1 से थोड़ा सा ज्यादा है मान लीजिए. So k2 is k1 plus some small increment. Similarly, omega 2 is some small increment in omega 1. k2x minus omega 2t ia sin k2x minus omega 2t, and there are infinite terms like this, but let us stop at 2. अभी दो पे रुक जाते हैं. See what kind of things we are going to get, किस तरह का condition हमको मिलता है. So can we sum these two? क्या इनको sum कर सकते हैं? We know the trigonometry, बहुत मुश्किल नहीं होगा. So let me start real part first. Real part को sum करते हैं. So a cos something, so a is common. Cos c plus cos d क्या होगा? If I ask you cos a plus cos b, do you know what is this equal to?
Yes, sir. It is cos c plus cos a plus cos b by 2 sin a minus sin b by 2.
Cos a plus b by 2 sin
minus b by 2.
and I think 2 will also be there, right?
सर साइन नहीं होता है सर. आई गेस
cos ही
cos ही
होगा
आता
सर.
है वहाँ
cos
पे.
ही
हाँ तो दोनों कॉस होते हैं.
Okay, so let me write it for you. Acha, okay, cos a plus cos b, so both are cos, right? Okay, got it. So summation of these two, and there is a factor of 2 also, right? So k1 plus k2 means the average of these two. Average of these two is nearly equal to k1 और k2, because बहुत बड़ा इंक्रीमेंट नहीं किया आपने, तो एवरेज वहीं का वहीं रहेगा. थोड़ा चेंज आएगा. लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंस टू इट. x average of these two, t, right? One more term, cos k2 minus k1 or k1 minus k2. What is delta k by 2 x minus delta omega by 2 t. Okay, रियल पार्ट. इमेजिनरी पार्ट भी ऐसे ही कुछ आएगा, प्लस आई टाइम्स 2a साइन सेम थिंग k1 plus k2 by 2x omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2t. I think this will be cos now. Delta k by 2x minus delta omega by 2t. So again, let us focus on real part first, because real part and imaginary part have almost same features. Cos की जगह sin हो गया, but it does not make any physical difference. Mathematically थोड़ा सा different है, but physics wise cos और sin does not make any difference. So let us focus on real part first. Real part means this is amplitude, इसको भी ignore कर सकते हैं. This is the real part, right? Real part consists of two waves. होना भी है because we have two terms. हमने initially दो wave ली थी. We have two waves here again. One wave is this. One wave is this. If we take imaginary part consists of two waves. One wave is this. One wave is this. So we can take whatever we want. जो एनालिसिस किसी एक पर होगी, सेम दूसरे पे भी काम करेगी. Let us focus on real one. और आप चाहे तो इमेजिनरी भी ले सकते हैं. Not a difference. What we have? Cos. So k1 plus k2 by 2. Can I say k1 plus k2 by 2 is nearly equal to k1, right? Because k2 is slightly bigger than k1. This is k1 plus delta by 2. It is equal to k1 plus delta by 2 or nearly k1, right? Because with respect to k1, delta is very small. So I can write only k1 here. Or if you want, you can write k2 also. k2 भी लिख सकते हैं. No difference. Similarly for omega 1, either you can write omega 1 or omega 2. There is no choice here. जो भी लिखना पड़ेगा. So what sort of wave is this? This is a simple harmonic wave. एक simple harmonic wave है. This is also a simple harmonic wave. ये भी एक simple harmonic wave है. What is the wavelength of this wave? इस wave का wavelength कितना है? इस wave का wavelength कितना है?
2 pi by k1.
2 pi by delta k. And obviously delta k is much smaller than k1. So this wave has a very large wavelength, right? What is the frequency of this wave?
2 pi by omega 1.
Yes, I mean, yes, nu1 is 2 pi by omega 1. Okay, let me write it that way. sorry, omega 1 upon 2 pi, right?
Yes.
What is the frequency of this wave? Delta omega upon 2 pi. Much smaller than. So nu 2 is obviously smaller than nu 1. Okay. So what kind of wave is this? Can we plot this wave? क्या इस wave को हम plot कर सकते हैं? Let us see. T को fix करते हैं. Means at some particular instant किसी एक moment पे हमने freeze कर दिया time को and we are now looking at the distribution of this wave in space. Wave को रोक दिया है किसी एक time पर और हम उसका space में distribution देख रहे हैं. So this wave is a product of two terms. Let us plot first term. First term कैसा होगा? T फिक्स कर दिया है. Let us say T is equal to 60, 70, whatever. But आपने T को तो रोक दिया. This term is now a fixed value. कुछ होगी इसकी. So cos k1x minus a constant. किस तरह का वेव है ये? So this is some reference line. And it is not moving. We have freezed the wave at some particular moment. So with respect to x, time is fixed. This is psi. Oh, sorry. Okay. That constant could be anything depending on your time, आपके time के according. So let me just plot some arbitrary wave, something like. Okay. This initial point could be maximum, minimum, 0, whatever. What is this distance? Sorry, this is not the right way. Let me put it like this. Okay. What about second wave? Second wave also. Delta omega by 2t could be some number. And we have similar wave here also. यहाँ पे भी same wave है. Only one difference is there. Wavelength is much bigger. Wavelength बहुत ज़्यादा है इसका. So let me use other color for the second wave. That wave is like this. What is the product of these two? किस तरह का product है इन दोनों wave का? Multiply individually. एक एक करके multiply करते जाइए. This is positive. This is positive. Product will be also a positive number. कुछ भी आएगा. Let us see somewhere here. This is maximum. Maximum means 1. ये 1 से कम है. Product is कुछ होगा and that will be less than 1. Actually this much इसी के बराबर हो जाएगा. Now this is maximum, but this has some lower value. So let us say this is the product here. Focus on 0. This green wave has become 0 here. So product is 0. यहाँ पे red wave 0 हो गया है, so यहाँ पे भी product 0 होगा. Product यहाँ पे भी 0 होगा. Product यहाँ पे भी 0 होगा. आगे यहाँ पे भी 0 हो जाएगा product. Product is 0 here. Product is 0 here. Product is 0 here also. Again 0. Again 0. So it's a very complicated wave. फिर भी इसको plot करते हैं. Let us see what sort of signal we get. So it will be like this. It will pass through 0. Again 0. Again 0. Again increase, then 0, and so on. So it's a very dirty plot. Let me show you in a separate line how does it look like. ये किस तरह का behavior दिखेगा. It will look like this. just dotted line I for the guidance only. This is the kind of plot we will get. What is this length? ये लेंथ किसके बराबर है? lambda 2 के. What is this length? This length is equal to lambda 1. Do I need to explain this behavior? Just to explain करना है, or are you getting my point?
I think so.
और let me choose lambda 1 extremely small. lambda 1 को आप बहुत छोटा कर दीजिए.
Sir, lambda 2 should be
Yes.
double of this lambda 2 actually.
No, lambda 2 is coming from 2 pi by delta k. Now delta k is a small number, right? So this lambda 2 is extremely small, extremely larger than lambda 1, right?
But
So lambda 2 बहुत बड़ा है
yes,
lambda 1. Okay.
sir, lambda is for the particles having difference 2 pi in phase.
Say it again. Lambda is okay.
Difference.
Sorry. Got your point. Okay, so this is lambda 2 by 2. This is what you are saying, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yes, I got your point. So in any case, since lambda 1 is much smaller than lambda 2, this is the kind of behavior. So you can see there are actually two waves. ये जो पूरा एक pattern है, this consists of two waves. Not only this, what is the velocity of this wave? इस wave की velocity क्या है? How do you calculate velocity? Omega
is equal to kv.
What is the velocity of this wave? Right? What does it mean? The real wave, I mean this this solid line, this is moving with a velocity omega by k. But the envelope which contains this, ये जो पूरा का पूरा envelope है balloon जैसा, this is also moving. ये नहीं रुका हुआ है. This is also moving, but this is moving with a different velocity. Let me show some animation to you if I can find anything on Google. That will be helpful for you. I don't know whether it is relevant or not.
We have another class. Do it fast, please.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'll cover it in the next class. Sorry, I forgot the time. Just give me a few seconds only. All right, you can leave now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.